So let's take a quick look at what this process looks like, both from the requester side and briefly from a resource manager side. I'm going to switch to a window where I am acting as a demand manager, a fictional person PPM demand manager, and I've got this demand which is for snow in Loma Linda. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the resource plan tab and create a new resource plan, and I'm going to again request some hours from this fictional group, PPM resource group. I'm going to ask for 200 hours in the month of November. All members of the group, leave it up to the resource manager to sort it out who they're going to give me. So I'm going to go ahead and pick November 1st and November 30th. And that's really all I have to do here. I'm going to give it a name, just something I can refer back to. November. And I'm going to notice we have a save button and a request button. So a save button, from a requester perspective, it just puts it into a planning state. You can see here I've got 200 hours in the planning state for November. That means it's planning, just means it's a draft. It hasn't gone anywhere. There's no way a resource manager can see that I'm working on that yet. But if I open it up and click request, and I'll go back to the previous screen and look at it, you'll see that now the state is requested, and that has now sent something into a resource manager's court, and it's up to them to see it and work on it. So if I switch over to the perspective of the resource manager of that group, this is what I would have seen just a minute ago. I'm looking at an allocation report. I'm looking at November. I can see what I've hard allocated, committed to, and I can see the amount of hours that's available left on my team. But now I'm going to refresh this now that that new plan has been created, and you can see this block of blue. The blue is requested. This block of blue has appeared. It's a request for 200 hours, and that's the resource plan that we just created a minute ago. I can see as a resource manager I've got 155 hours available. I've got 200 hours requested, so I can tell pretty easily that I don't have enough time in November to accomplish that. And so this is the kind of view that a resource manager is initially looking at. They've got hard allocated, confirmed. You can see back in October, here's some things that I've confirmed as a resource manager, meaning I've hard committed to these, I've soft committed to these, and I've still got a little bit of availability left. I can always turn on it. I can turn on and off the capacity line to help me see, looking down the road here, I can say, wow, I've got much in January, February, and March. I've got more requested than I have capacity. Requested 678, available 500. And you can see the requested blows right past my capacity line. So that's what we're giving the resource manager in the Jakarta version to be able to use. Pretty easy to decipher availability. And from a resource manager perspective, there's multiple ways that they can drill into these resource plans in order to perform the confirmation and the allocation. But we're going to save those to demonstrate in a later video.